Hello everybody, how are folks doing? Making sure all my sound levels and things are looking good. I think hopefully you guys can still hear the music and also hear me. I feel like every time I'm just like, let's mess these sliders around a little bit. Hello, we're making bath bombs today. I will walk you guys through kind of the plan here before we get started, because it's kind of a weird bath bomb making thing. I'm also, we've moved locations. My resin stuff's over is behind me, so if things look a little odd, that's why. But yeah, so we're gonna make some bath bombs. I have got a bunch of D6s that we made together on stream a while back. Ooh, wow, the color really shipped in there. But we made a bunch of D6s together with the idea of putting them inside of bath bombs to act as like a mystery bath bomb type thing. That's only about half of the dice. The other half I think they're still polishing. Got a bunch still polishing. I have some that I need to ink still. So we're gonna do about half of the bath bombs today. I want to do a couple of different scents. I should probably make it so that I can. Oh good, I've got a piece of like cardboard. I'm gonna want to make sure I label which ones are which scent, because the idea is that people can pick which scent that they want. I thought about it a little bit, and I think mystery colors is fun, mystery dice is fun. I feel like a mystery scent in a bath bomb is not something that you necessarily want, just because, you know, you don't want to smell like something that you don't like. So we've got a couple of, I've picked out scents already. I'm just using essential oils instead of using fragrance oils, because I'm making these for an event where I'm going to be sharing a space with someone who can't do the fragrance oils. I went simple for these. One of the ones we're going to do is just going to be rose and lavender. Nice classic floral scents. So that'll be rose and lavender, and then the other one I'm going to do is going to be lime and peach. My brother helped me out earlier today, and we went and, well, it was actually not too long before the stream, but we sat down and sniffed a bunch of different scents together. You know, put a drop on a piece of paper, smelled it, just went, that smells pretty good, or ooh, that does not smell very good. So we're going for peach, lime, and rose lavender. And then my plan is to do some sort of kind of like more earthy scent, something kind of warm at some point. And then I'm not sure on the fourth one, but I'm figuring I'll end up with 4 different scents eventually. 4 different options for people to pick from. So what I'm planning is we're gonna make 2 batches of the bath bomb mix. One of them with the lavender and rose. We'll do this one after the other. One of them with the lavender and rose scent, one of them with the peach and lime scent. I then want to split that up into 3 different containers, because I want to make some that's blue, some that's like pink, and some that's yellow. And then we can kind of do a mix of whatever colors we want, and it'll be a fun mystery color in the middle of the bath bomb as well. I've got a couple of different sizes of bath bomb molds. So I've got these little tiny ones that I think, you know, the D6 will fit in pretty nice and easily. Put our D6 in there, and then once we have one that's, you know, this size, that's the small one there, we're gonna make a bunch of those, and then we'll put them inside of a larger bath bomb that's just gonna be solid white, so that's kind of a mystery what colors will be on the inside. That's the plan. So I think I'm good to start mixing up our first batch of stuff. I'm using a recipe that I pretty much got directly from the YouTube channel Creative Bath Labs. So let's make some of this. I haven't actually used this strainer before. Why does it keep going in and out of focus? Should I just fix the focus on that? Alright, I'm just going to make it so that the, it's not trying to autofocus. It should be fixed now. Alright, I haven't actually used the strainer before, but I think it'll be good to keep things from clumping. I'm just going to make like one full, okay, actually before we do that, let's maybe pull out 5 of the dice. I want them like a mix. I'm figuring I'm going to do like 5 of each one. I'll do a green in each. Should do like a, I don't know, a gold thing in each one, a rainbowy one thing in each one. Super sparkly in each one, maybe. We'll do those. So there we go. We've got our 2 collections of dice. Set these over here because we will need those. Alright, now let's get our stuff going. So let's see, I need a cup of baking soda. Am I going to have enough baking soda? Should I do a half batch? How much does that make? It makes about 3 of the big ones. I'm trying to think now of how much I'm going to be making. Should I do a half batch, maybe? If we have spare, I'll just make like an extra bath bomb or something. It'll be fine. Honestly, my concern is that I won't have enough baking soda, but I think I'll be fine. Alright, 1 cup of baking soda. This is a half cup, so I'm going to need 2 of these. And this is a pretty loose recipe, so like, if it's not exact, it's fine. We're just going for pretty close. Tastes like baking soda in there. Alright, there's 1. I said I needed 2 of these because this is a half cup. I'm still kind of new to making bath bombs. I've been messing around with it a little bit. I think it's really fun. It's not really my main gig though. Alright, there's our baking soda. Get that out of the way. We're going to do half cup of citric acid. I'm just going to use the same. Well, first of all, let me... Oof. Baking soda. A cloud of baking soda. Alright, we want a half cup citric acid. And if it clumps, that's fine because I'm going to do it through the strainer. And again, it's not a huge deal if it's not exact. We're going for close. Yeah, that looks good. There's our citric acid. And then, oh. Wow, that really breaks down, like, quick. There's those big clumps. Just, like, immediately broke down. A 4th cup cornstarch. That's what I have this one for. I did get more cornstarch. Well, my brother actually grabbed more cornstarch for me recently, which is good because I don't think I have enough in here for all we want to do today. I hate the texture of dry cornstarch. It just loves to stick to things. But no, I can't stand the texture of dry cornstarch. I don't know why. It's just one of those textures that makes me like cringe. Let me grab a paper towel here. Hello. Alright, cornstarch. What else do we have? Cornstarch. And then I think it's on to our wet ingredients. So let me set that off to the side. It's kind of cool. You can kind of see the different layers of things in there. I do have gloves that we'll use to mix everything. But let's get our wet ingredients going. So let's see. I'm going to sit down. You guys can come with me. Alright. So, let's do the rose and lavender first. That'll be pretty easy. I want about 4 milliliters of each. How much does this have markings on it? It does not have markings on it. I don't know how much this is, so we're gonna grab one of these, which actually I guess I could do it in, this has markings. Let's just do it on there. I can estimate 2 milliliters. I know where 2.5 is. Well, that's not very much. Doesn't pick up very much, does it? I guess to be fair, 2 is not. There we go, that's about 2. There's about 2 of the rose. This rose oil likes to get everywhere. My hands now smell like roses. And then we're gonna come in with the lavender and go almost up to the 5, but not quite. Oh wait, no, we're going for, oh sorry, I want 4 milliliters of the rose. I'm going for 8 milliliters. I didn't read my own instructions right. So let's go up almost to the 5. We're gonna kind of go to probably the 7.5 line. Yeah, 8 milliliters. And honestly, I want this to be fairly fragranced. Is that a word? Just because we're not going to scent the outside of the bath bomb. It's just going to be on the inside. So it's going to be a little bit more condensed. You know, I still want the bath bomb to have a strong scent and things, but there's going to be less of the bath bomb to give it that strong scent. Alright. Let's go up kind of the rest of the way, almost to the, go up to the 7.5 line. After we do this, we're going to add some polysorbate 80. Okay. Add a couple drops up to that line, please. Alright, there we go. We've got our fragrance. Alright, we're going to add polysorbate 80. That is this stuff. This is an emulsifying agent, so this is for helping the oils and the oils and the colors and things to mix with the water and not just stick to the side of the tub. We're going to add about 4 milliliters, so I'm just going to go up to the 2 milliliters thing on here twice. Up to the 2 milliliters. Come on, you can do it. There we go. There's 2 milliliters. It's very thick. It's very, yeah. It kind of has like a honey texture to it almost. But it works well. It does its job. I've tried making, you know, bath bombs before. Did it as like a kid and stuff. You can literally make bath bombs with just like cornstarch and baking soda and like a little bit of water or oil or whatever. But there's a few things here that really I feel like kind of elevate it. Helps the, just, I don't know, makes them better. Okay, come on. But yeah, that's what this is. It's an emulsifying agent. It's for making sure all that stuff mixes in. Ugh. But it's so goopy. I'm gonna throw that over there. Alright, we've got our polysorbate 80. We're gonna add 5 milliliters of water. This is another one where I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. Where are we at? We're at like 10. We'll go up to like the 15 mark. This cactus is broken. The lid on here is broken. That's helpful. Luckily I have a towel here. Oop, we can clean up our workspace. Maybe. And a little bit more. There we go. That's close enough to our 5 milliliters. I need to get a new thing of water soon anyway. That one's almost empty. Luckily it's just water that we got everywhere. Alright. And then I'm going to add a little bit of oil as well. I'm just going to add some like canola oil. I'm sure there are better oils that I could add for like, you know, skin. But I figured it was fairly neutral. So should be good. And same deal, I'm just gonna add, what am I gonna add? 2 milliliters. Looks like I've added 2 milliliters in the past, and that's been good. So we'll do that again. Not very much, but I don't know. I feel like it adds to it. Maybe a little bit more. I wasn't full. All right, there we go. There's all of our liquid ingredients. It smells very floral in here now. Oh, you know what I should do? Let me hold on to these, because we'll need those in a second. Plus over 80 and our oil. Cool. Because we're going to be making another batch in a second here, too. Alright. Grab another paper towel. The reason I brought paper towels over. Alright. So, let's see here. I think we're ready to mix this up. Let me put the gloves on. I feel like it ends up being easier to mix it with hands. Oh, there we go. We can see each other. But we're going to add our liquid stuff really, oh my gosh. What's going on with these gloves? They're all stuck to each other. But no, we're gonna add our liquid stuff very, very slowly, because we don't really want the citric acid and the baking soda in here to react. That's, you know, what is in bath bombs to make them fizz. You know, it's an acid and a base. So we're just gonna add that very, very slowly and kind of whisk it in as we go. And this is actually kind of thick. The polysorbate 80 also kind of thickens it up a little bit almost, but that's good. I'm just going to add a little bit at a time so that it doesn't fizz, hopefully. I need to do that. Okay. Let me just get the last little bit out of there. So, alright. So this is pretty much it. This is our bath bomb mix. Let me just mix this up with my hands a bit. We're gonna kind of knead. I'm gonna kind of knead it together. Kind of makes it stick more. But you can see it clumps fairly well. It's maybe a little bit dry. Actually, no, might be okay. It's maybe a little. I don't know. I think it's feeling okay. As I mix it more, it's starting to get a little bit better. But like I was saying, I want some different colors. So I'm gonna split this up into a couple of different containers. And we're gonna make a blue, a pink, and a yellow version before we start molding it into our little mini bath bombs that we're gonna put inside of our bigger bath bombs. And I'm just doing this. I'm just gonna eyeball this. Oh, here, we'll start with this. I think it'll be easier to see in these. Let's just add like a good handful to each one of these. I could weigh it out and things, but that seems pretty close, actually. Yeah, that seems like a pretty equal amounts. I've got some color powders that I made. We're just gonna add a little bit to each one. This stuff's pretty pigmented, so we'll add a good like scoop, and that'll be probably plenty to make it nice and pigmented. Alright. You also don't want to dry it out too much, you know. Alright. Mix these up and see how they look. If we need to, we can add a little bit more colorant, but I don't, like I said, I don't want to affect the mix too much by adding too many dry things. So it looks kind of pale now, but honestly, as I work it more, it tends to get brighter and brighter as all the little like granules of color kind of mix more. And this stuff, it definitely puts out a lot of pigment into the water too, even if it doesn't look super smaller bowl. I was like, I don't have enough bowls. Oh no, what am I gonna do? Let me put a paper plate under this in case I spill it everywhere. Because that very well could happen while I try to knead this into a nice bright color. But yeah, I realized that I want to do, you know, 6 different batches, well, 7 different batches today, basically. Because I want to do, you know, 3 colors in 2 different scents. You know, each scent has 3 different colors. And then I also want to do a white that I'm going to put on the outside of all of them. So it's like, well, what am I going to use mix everything in? Okay. This actually isn't making as big of a mess as I was worried it might. But it is a little bit harder to actually, like, mix it around. Just because you can get all the pigment integrated. I don't have as much space. Can't move my hands quite as fast and things. Looks maybe lighter than I was expecting it to, but oop, there we go. Now I spilled a little bit. Again, it's going to be on the inside of the bath bomb. It's not going to be too big of a deal. Alright, let's do the yellow. Smells pretty good. Smells pretty good. Like I was saying earlier, I'm going for like kind of classic scents. Very, not necessarily classic, but simple. Just like 1 or 2, probably maybe, you know, between 1 and 3 scents for these. Just because, I don't know. I want the focus in these to be on the mystery dice and the mystery colors and stuff, not necessarily the scents. But I want to have there to be enough like variety that people can pick something that they'll like. Alright. That's looking fine for the yellow too. As I mix it more, I would get probably darker as well. Alright. Let's try this. I haven't actually tried molding one of these D6s yet, so let's give it a shot. We'll do this again. We'll sit back down. So, I've got my little tiny bath bomb molds. Here's what I'm thinking. Let's just do like a pink one first, or this is a blue dye. Let's do blue first. So here's my thought. We'll do like a good amount of blue in here. Pack down a little bit. Put the dye in there. Put some in here. Should I do pink in this side? I could do pink in this side. End up with like a purple. There's pink like numbers, but we'll just do that. And then try squishing it together maybe. Okay, and I'm gonna squish this real well. I'm gonna try and get the sides together all the way. I may put a little bit too much stuff in there. I just want to make sure it's nice and solid. It's okay if it doesn't look perfect, but I want it to look nice and, you know, to be nice and solid on the inside. Okay. Doesn't look perfect, but there's a die on the inside of that. So, set that over there. And then we'll keep going down the line with our other 5 dice. I think I do definitely have extra. I'm definitely going to have extra, hi Cobra, of the bath bomb mix. I will know that for the next one we do. I'll probably do like a half batch. But that's okay. I can just make a bath bomb with whatever's left over on these. Alright. I'm going to have another die. This one has like purple and orange and green. I'm thinking maybe we do like half yellow and half pink and do like an orange maybe. That might be kind of fun. Oh. How are you doing, Cobra? Grab some of that. Put our die in. And then like the same, we'll do the other half yellow. And then hopefully, when, you know, this bath bomb goes off or whatever, oops, let's make sure that die is in the middle, it'll have a nice fun, like, two-toned center, you know, you'll get like the pink and the yellow, and then also it'll end up being orange in the water. Oh, hopefully I had enough stuff in there. That one might be a little bit soft, but oh well. Oh, this is another one that I think could be orange, maybe with a little bit. Just had dinner, hoping the die you made comes out good. Making it for a friend of yours who DMs D&D. She had a tumor removed from her head recently. Oh wow. Hopefully she's doing all right. That's no small thing. What did you do on the die? Like what sort of design did you go for? Oh, attempted a mic drop. Nice. I like mic drops. Oh yeah, I definitely made so much of this. Did not need nearly this much of the stuff. We'll do a half batch for the oops. Clear purple and ooh, that sounds pretty. That sounds pretty. I was going into this like kind of blind though. I wasn't quite sure how much I would need of things or how well things would work, how well the D6 would like go in. That seems to be working okay. I don't know. I've heard that tapping it can help it come out. Ugh. Didn't really help too much. We should do like a blue and yellow for this, of course, to make green. I have to make a neat little heart thing for a husband to do something with too. Oh, that's cool. That's nice. They both get something. What is? Oh, there it is. I have yellow, half blue. All right. I actually have stuff in the pressure pot right now that I poured yesterday. I'll probably go and unmold things after the stream. I've got a lot of things I want to get done today though. Blue and yellow one. go. And then for our last dye, I'm thinking we'll do blue and pink. Because we don't have one of those. Make a nice purple. Yeah, I made way too much. Way too much mix. But that's okay. I feel like with any, you know, new thing, even with things that you've been doing for a while, you know, learning what you can do different next time is part of the process. This mix feels like almost strangely wet. Like it feels very like sticky. I am very lucky, both for resin and for this, that I live somewhere where it's quite dry. Like, we don't have very much humidity here, which means that my resin always cures fine, and these things actually dry out quite well. Alright, there we go. Half pink, half blue. Alright, so we've got those embeds made. I'm figuring we've got so much left over. Let's just make like a big bath bomb. Should I do a big one? I'll do a medium one. A couple medium ones, possibly. No. Should I do all 3 colors, or should I do, well, make some medium ones. Should I do all 3 colors? My concern with doing all 3 colors is that the water will end up brown. Let's just do some half and half ones in various colors. If nothing else, these will be little bath bombs for me. I like bath bombs. I mean, that's part of what, you know, started this whole thing, right? It's like, I like bath bombs. I was honestly thinking about it. I was like, you know, why do I like some bath bombs more than others? And I was like, there's a few things I like about them. I like the ones that don't stain my tub. I like the ones that like kind of foam. Oh, that's true. I don't have any SLSA in. Here, before I do this, actually, I'm going to do something with these before I... Let me add a little bit of SLSA powder. This is a, I think it's called a is it surfactant? But basically in this context, it's going to slow down the fizzing process. I don't need very much. I'm just going to add it to the pink as well. That's plenty. But it slows down the fizzing, and it also adds foam. It's kind of a foaming agent. Mix that up in there. I probably should also wear a mask while I'm messing with it because it's very powdery. I'm just adding it to the one color because it's honestly more fun if the whole thing doesn't fizz at the same speed. So since I'm adding it to the pink will fizz slower than the blue or the yellow. I'm figuring one that's like half pink, half yellow, and one that's half pink, half blue. Maybe I'll do like stripes. That's maybe more fun. We'll do a pink and blue one. But it just makes it kind of fizz in a fun way. Plus, I think the foam's fun. That was one of the things too when I was thinking about the bath bombs I liked. I was like, it's fun when they kind of like float on top of the water and foam and things. I wish I could make bath bombs that do that. That's part of what this stuff's for. Add some more blue here. Add a good amount of blue in the middle. But I've definitely gone down the rabbit hole lately of like making things that are not dice. You know, I went down the rabbit hole of bath bombs. I've gone down the rabbit hole of shaker charms. I'm actually working on kind of designing my own shaker charm shapes. We'll see how well it goes. I know someone with a laser cutter, so I'm attempting to make a couple files to make, well, basically to make masters that I can then make molds of to make shaker charms. Oh, my blue. That's the idea, anyways. Well, I'll put a little bit of pink in here, but I'm just gonna put the rest of the blue in here because I'm gonna use the pink and the yellow together. Because I kind of want to, you know, you kind of want to pile these up a bit. You want there to be extra. I don't know why this stuff feels so kind of solid, if that makes sense. All right. It feels like it's clumping more than usual. All right, let's squish these together. Alchemy charms. Oh, like different alchemy symbols. I not as much. I'm doing a bunch of different things. To be fair, part of the reason for that, for wanting to make my own shapes, is that well, I was saying earlier, I'm doing an event in February, and I'm going to be sharing a space with a different artist. They can't do the fragrance oils, but they can do essential oils, which is why we're doing essential oils. Ooh, bath bomb for me. Look at those pretty colors. Okay. And it smells like rose and lavender. I'll set that off to the side for now. I'll probably have enough here to do a little tiny bath bomb too. But let's do a pink and yellow one. With all of our extra stuff here. But anyways, what I was saying was that since we're going to be sharing a space, we're like, let's do like a collab or something. That might be kind of fun. And I was like, all right, you know, he does prints, and I do resin stuff, obviously, among other things. And so it was decided that he would make some stuff to go with some of my dice. And I was like, well, I could make like keychains or something to go with some of your prints. And I was originally just thinking, you know, kind of my normal resin keychains, but I got bit with the shaker charm bug. So now I'm like, well, what if I did like shaker charms for some of your prints? That'd be kind of cool. And I was like, but you know, if I did that, I'd kind of want like some specific shapes for some of them. And I can't really find those. So maybe I should just try making my own. So I went and got a couple of like acrylic sheets. We'll see how well that goes. I don't know whether those are going to cut well or not with the laser cutter. That's kind of the concern at the moment. Partially just because it puts off apparently a very like noxious gas when you cut acrylic with like a laser cutter. But you know, we have the person who has the laser cutter as like, you know, venting and things. So we'll see how it goes. It's a bit of an experiment. I'm hopeful that it works. I still need to finish up like the file because I figured if I'm gonna be cutting a bunch of things out, I might as well cut out a bunch of like little tiny things that I could then make molds of as well to use as like little inclusions in like other resin projects or as little like bits to put into the shaker charms. So I've been working on drawing all of those into like a, you know, a line art image that could be used for hopefully cutting everything out. Alright, pink and yellow, another bath bomb. Alright, oh, and then let's, I wonder if we could just put, squish all this stuff together. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. It's kind of pretty. I feel like the colors don't show up quite right on camera, but it's pretty. It looks like confetti. It's like confetti cake. At some point, you know, I wouldn't mind doing like some specifically alchemy and stuff type shaped charms. But at the moment, I'm going more for things that are specifically for that project, or things that I think are kind of generic enough that I could use them for all sorts of different themes, because I think that's fun. I think it's fun doing a bunch of different themes and things. Going, you know, this one's going to be flowers and butterflies. This one's going to be the ocean. A lot of the ones that I have, you know, are specific shapes or whatever, but, you know, that's kind of the, I figure that's going to be part of the fun of making my own, is that I can, yes, I can do specific shapes, but I can also do kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Generic shapes that I can't find elsewhere as well. I don't think I have enough here to actually fill these. And those, I don't think these are going to stick together. I don't have enough there. Well, this one's just for me, so I will wipe off the table into it. It's just for me. I'm not going to give this one to anyone. So, it's not as big of a deal if there's weird little bits in here. We'll wipe off the table too. Yeah, that's not going to stick together. There's not nearly enough stuff there. Yeah. Well. We'll do a half. Because again, just for me. Alright. And like I said, we'll do a half, yeah, I think a half batch will work well for our second batch. I do want to label that these are the rose and lavender ones. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Ooh, I should do something like that. It's kind of pretty. That's pretty. Okay. But yeah, let me mark down that these are the rose and lavender ones. Grab a new plate for the next thing. Get these out of the way. The nice thing about the bath bomb stuff is that they're very easy to. It's very easy to clean up. Like I can literally just go stick things in the sink and rinse them out, and it'll work out well. But let me clean up the space a little bit, make my label. Actually, I have kind of a label here. I'm gonna take these off for now. None of the stuff that I'm using is really like dangerous to skin. I just figure if I'm gonna be selling these, I don't necessarily need to be sticking my fingers in it. All right. But I've got my little test strips that we went and put some of the oil on to see how it would smell. So I will just use that kind of as a label, I think. I'll line them up with that. But let me get some of this off of here. Like I just said, I don't need to get my hands all over them and then I'm grabbing them. That's okay. So that's the rose and the lavender. Let's do peach and lime. But a half batch this time. Didn't need nearly as much as I made. Alright. So same dealio as before except half batch. Actually wait, half cup. What's half of a quarter cup? How many tablespoons per cup? How many tablespoons are there per cup? I don't remember. Tablespoons to cups. Oh, that's not. Alright, now. Oh, 16 tablespoons. Oh, 16 tablespoons to a cup. So we need, if we needed an 1/8 cup. So that'd be 2 tablespoons. Okay. I'm gonna leave that up at the moment. Like I don't have it up, but I will need that because I'm gonna. No wait. Yeah, I'm gonna cut everything in half. So we'll cut everything in half this time around. So instead of 1 cup of baking soda, I'm gonna have a 1/2 cup of baking soda, which is fine. 16. Oh, thank you. There's such a delay. But yes, thank you. I do have a tablespoon over here, so quarter cup is 2 tablespoons. Yeah. Yay. To be fair, that's good. I'm glad someone's checking my math, because goodness knows I'm not. All right. So 1/2 cup of baking soda, because we're having everything. There's a piece of the blue bath bomb stuff that was in here. Okay. And again, this is a very rough recipe. It doesn't need to be exact. Well, I'm trying to be, you know, pretty close, but it's okay if it's a little bit more, a little bit less. It's not baking. Yeah, all right. There's our 1/2 cup baking soda. We need a 1/4 cup of citric acid. So, oh, this is going to be, well, that's okay. 1/4 cup. Ooh. We'll figure out how we're doing cornstarch in a second, because this was my cornstarch spoon, or I probably wipe it out and use it in the cornstarch. I'm not using this cornstarch for anything besides this, so if I end up with a little bit of citric acid in it, it's not going to be a big deal, but I'll wipe this out. Actually, wait, I'm not going to use this for cornstarch, because I don't need a 1/4 cup. No, that's fine. I need, as we decided, 2 tablespoons to get 1/8 of a cup. Yes. It's kind of fun watching those disappear. What is in here? Piece of fluff. Pay no attention to the piece of fluff. Alright, we said 2 tablespoons. That's a tablespoon. Ooh. So hard to get a level tablespoon. Ah! Need to remember to half all of my wet ingredients too. Alright. 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And then alright, and then we're moving to wet ingredients. And I need to remember to half everything. Alright, there's our dry ingredients. Alright, let's do our, oh, let me angle this back down again. Alright, I need to half everything. So we're going to do 4 milliliters of fragrance. So we'll do 2 of each. I've got peach and I've got lime. Should I grab? Might be easier to do. I think I'm gonna take the little cap things off of these. I think it'll be easier to use a pipette in here to get. Oh, maybe if I can get the little cap lid thingy off. There we go. It's going. There we go. Ah. Lime. All right. So I said I need 2 milliliters of each. That's not 2, that's a little bit more. There we go, there's 2. There's 2 of our lime. That's there for now. And we need 2 of the peach. I can get the lid off. There we go, or the cap thingy off. Alright. 2 of the peach. Oh, nice. That was almost exactly 2. Put that over there as well. Ah! Alright. Now I'm doing all the halves in my, let's see. So So 1 teaspoon, so about 2 milliliters of the polysorbate 80. Oops, if I can grab it. Oh my gosh, it's so sticky. So, as I said, about, because it originally called for 4 milliliters, we're going to do 2. Come on, all the way up to the 2 line, please. Now, that's about 2 right there. Try and get all of it out of here if I can. Slowly flowing to the bottom. Alright. And then we need 2.5 milliliters of water-ish. Okay, there's that. Where are we at the moment? I think we might grab a pipette for the water. I think that'll probably work better because of the broken lid on here. Pouring things is fun. So I said about 2.5. Perfect. There's 2.5. 2.5 water. And that was just water, so I'll throw that over there. That'll still be good to use later. And about 1 of oil, I guess. So I used 2 on the last one. We'll do 1 of canola oil. Alright, there's our 1 of oil. This one has a very, it's like a very like kind of tropical scent. It's very like bright and fruity. It's peach and lime for people that may be joining us. Smells really nice. Alright, I think we're ready to mix things up. Let me grab another little whisk. And I'm just going to use the same gloves. I'm not too worried about getting a little bit of one scent in the other. I don't think it'll make a big deal. A little bit of a floral scent in the fruity one's not going to cause any issues. Let me angle you guys back up again. There we go. Let's mix that up though. So this is our second batch for our little inserts. And we're going to do the same sort of thing again where we split it up into 3 different ones so that we have 3 different colors. But first, baking soda. It's so fine and powdery. I stir it up into the air. Look, there's like a big blob of stuff. That's the polysorbate 80 doing its job. Oops, didn't mean to get some of the other stuff in there. Because I don't really want... I want to add this stuff slowly so that it doesn't foam. But I got a little bit of the foamy stuff into the liquid, so that's okay though. Okay. Not perfect, but it works. I'm just gonna mix this up with my hands. It just works better. Ooh. That doesn't feel quite right. It feels very dry. I think I just got a handful of the cornstarch, which, like I was saying before, I cannot... Ooh, that smells nice. It smells like totally different, honestly, now that it's actually in the mix. Not totally different, but like, it's almost like stronger, but like not in like a bad sniffing the essential oil bottle instead of wafting way. Sometimes with like the fragrances and the essential oils, if you like take a sniff right out of the bottle, you're like, that is so strong, it smells wrong. This just smells really like bright and fruity. It's great. No, it smells really nice. I don't even really need to stick my face in it. I can smell it. All right, this is feeling better now. You can see it's sticking to itself. Alright. I should have done this in the little bowls. Yeah, this is feeling pretty good. Everything's feeling like it's pretty well mixed. It's sticking to itself. Let's split this up into some little containers. We don't have, I'll do another bowl. I guess we'll do my pitcher. Like I said, I didn't have necessarily the right number of containers. Just a little bit more here. That'll be about even. Maybe just, there we go. Yeah, I think it's about even. It's okay if it's not, honestly. It doesn't need to be exactly even. But we're gonna add a little bit of our color. I did like a full scoop last time, and this is a half thing, so we'll do like a half scoop, roughly. No, I'm quite happy with the fragrances. I think it'll, like, obviously both of these, one of them's kind of fruity, one of them's kind of floral. I feel like fruity and floral can sometimes go hand in hand, but they definitely smell different, for sure. For sure. Might need to add a little bit more to these, we'll see. Alright, mix these up. Same as before, I want to make sure that the color gets nice and integrated. And it starts off looking pretty pale, but as we kind of knead it in there, it'll start looking brighter and brighter as the color actually gets integrated. That's the word I was looking for. Going back to the shaker charms I was talking about. Oh, I could probably use a little bit more color in here, actually. Doesn't seem quite as bright. But going back to the shaker charms that I want to make, my thought is that if it does work, I'll probably put like all of the files and everything on my Patreon. I'd like to put more like stuff on my Patreon for like people to use in their own projects. I think part of what I'm not sure on with my Patreon is like, am I making this for people who like to buy dice or people who want to make dice? You know what I mean? How hard is it to make the secondary colors? Oh, it's very easy. These things mix super easily. I'm just figuring that, I don't know, when it's, like when this is in the tub, it'll make its own secondary color, you know, the pink and the yellow. I don't necessarily need to mix up all of the different colors here. But no, I've made all sorts of different colors. Give me let me get this stuff mixed, and then I'll show you a photo of some of the bath bombs that I've made somewhat recently. I haven't made a ton, but I had a friend who commissioned me to make some, and it gave me a chance to just try out a bunch of different designs and things, which was fun. But no, these color powders, they mix together really, really well. Make some really pretty colors. I made like a really light, like kind of blue purple for one, because I mean, you want less color, you just add slightly less powder, because you know the base powder color is white. I did like a galaxy bath bomb at one point. I think I posted a picture of that one to social media somewhat recently. But for the black and that one, I just used activated charcoal. You know, I don't know, the colors tend to be, I don't know, they work well. And again, a lot of the information on how to make this stuff I got from the YouTube channel Creative Bath Labs. Like the recipe that I'm using is based off of hers, and the color powders, I literally just went with the recommendations for colors on the dyes from that channel. I think that on her channel too, she mixes up like all the secondary colors and stuff and has containers for them. She's got like a whole range of all of the color powders that she's like pre-mixed up. I'm not planning on making a ton of them, I guess. Like, they're fun to make, but I'm not not planning on making so many that I need to do that. I figure I can mix them as I go, too. That feels a little bit dry. I don't know. We'll find out. Honestly, this works fairly well for mixing things up. The pitcher here does. So I can kind of mix things without worrying about stuff spilling out the sides. I feel like maybe the colors are getting a little bit brighter as they sit, too. I don't know. I feel like those colors were not that bright when I first molded them. Like, I don't know, these colors feel brighter, almost. Weird. Oops, I definitely got some blue in here. That's okay. And if they're not all exactly the same, it'll be okay, too. Alright. Call it good. I'll add a little tiny bit more of the pink. But no, here I'll tell you what. Once, if we have leftover here, I will show you. We'll mix up some of them together and see what secondary colors we can get. How about that? But yeah, let's get these molded first. Our peach and lime ones. Alright. First time you saw the container, the pink is in. It does kind of look like it's a glass pitcher. No, it does kind of look like a blender container. I think it's the lines on the side. I think that makes it look very much like a blender. Alright. Let me pull out. Grab these. We've got our 5 dice here that we're gonna do. I feel like the green one we should obviously do blue and yellow. So I'll do blue on one side and yellow on the other. Before I do the yellow, let me just do that. What do you miss? We're making bath bombs with dice in them. We're making them, well, D6s in them. We're making like basically colored cores with the D6s in them, and then we're gonna put those into some white, some just plain old white bath bombs, because it's gonna be a mystery what you get is the idea. But I am kind of making the core colors to match the dice a little bit. The first set of 5 cores that we made are rose and lavender scented. And these ones are peach and lime. And they smell very nice. Quite lovely, quite lovely. Alright, let's do a solid pink one for this. This dye is very pink. So we'll just do a nice solid pink color. I feel like it's harder to grab stuff out to put it in the into these though. Oops. I'm making a bit of a mess too. That's also, I mean, that you didn't miss that. I'm always making a little bit of a mess. Just pick up a nice heaping scoop of the pink. Probably don't need too much because I have that dye in there. Woo! Never mind. Oh my gosh. I can't hold on to it for some reason. Okay. No, into the middle with you. Into the middle with you, D6. It's okay if it's not perfectly centered, but made very well. This one might not be very good. Alright, there we go. There's another peach and lime one. I'm thinking a nice solid yellow for our gold one here. I feel like that makes sense. I think we're going to have closer to the right amount of powder this time, of bath bomb mix. We had far too much. I did the the regular amount, I guess you would say, on the last scent, and I went for quite a bit. I went for a half recipe this time. Hopefully I have enough. The last one I might do in all 3 colors. Well, that one I was hoping to do in, well, let's see if I can do this. Hopefully this is enough mix for this. Maybe not. This one might be a little bit soft. Ooh. Let me add a little bit more yellow. There we go, that's feeling a little bit better. That one just felt like it was in there really loose, which made me think that it did not have enough of the mix. It's maybe still a little bit loose, but it's okay. But I wanted to do a little bit of yellow with this one because that's like gold and like greenish. I think it's going to be mainly blue, but because I have mainly blue. So we could do a little bit of yellow. I'm just going to put the rest of the yellow in here, actually. Just so that the water will end up kind of green, too. I think that'd be good. Alright. Doing the last one in blue and pink, I think I'll be A-okay. We might have, like, just the right amount, actually. This might work out. And to be fair, the last dye is kind of like a rainbow, little bit of everything dye. So if we have to throw in, you know, what's on the plate here into the thing as well, I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be fine. Ooh, this one also is maybe not the tightest packed. But we'll try to do like half blue, half pink, I think, for this one. Partially just because I want the bath water to not be like brown. That was kind of the reason I was just doing 2 colors, 2 primary colors in each one. It's just because when the colors mix together, I don't want it to be brown. It's not too big of a deal, but, let me do this one pink. Now I'll add a bunch of soft, loose powder on top to put the dye in. Can you imagine if I forgot to put the dye in one of these? That would be embarrassing. Alright, perfect. I think we have like just the right amount. Oh my gosh. Alright. Yay! That worked out perfectly. That's great to know. It's great to know that a half recipe... My fingernail got caught in the lip there. Felt weird. But it's good to know that that a half recipe makes 5 of the little tiny bath bombs. Roughly. I mean, there's a D6 in there, so there's, you know, kind of some extra. I'm just gonna mix. I'm gonna put all this stuff into a little bath bomb thing here. Do it over this. Just gonna keep putting this onto this there. of ended up with like the exact same amount as last time, where it's not quite enough for, well, the last time we ended up with 2 medium-sized bath bombs as well. We had a lot of extra, but oh yeah, I didn't add quite as much color powder to these. They're not nearly as dark as the other ones. That's okay. I've got little bath bombs for myself for later now too. It's okay if they're not exactly the same. Alright. Let's go throw that last little tiny bit of powder in there. Honestly, it's kind of fun when I wash things later. It's like, ooh, everything foams up. It's so much fun. Alright. So let me clean this up real quick. So we've got one more batch of bath bomb mix to make. The idea is that we're now going to put those colorful cores into the center of just some plain white bath bombs. I'm thinking we'll probably do a, like one full recipe. These gloves feel so dusty. Okay, there we go. But I do want to make sure that I keep these separate, because I do want the, I want to be able to label what scent things are when I sell them. That's tea. So I do have things put off to the side with next to the labels of rose and lavender and peach and lime. Let me clear some of this off this table, and we're gonna make one more regular sized batch of just the plain old bath bomb mix, but with one extra ingredient, which I'll explain in a second. Alright, so same thing we've done a couple times now. We're gonna do our baking soda, 1 cup of baking soda, and we want the full cup this time. We're doing a full batch because we're gonna be making 10. And if we have extra, that's fine. We can make ourselves some sort of funky bath bomb. We'll throw some scent in there or something. But let's see, we want 2 of these because this is a half cup and we want to make a full cup. Again, very, very rough, loose recipe. You can kind of, you don't need to follow it exactly to the letter. So 1 cup of baking soda, roughly. Okay, 1 cup of baking soda. We now want, I don't know why I do that, that stuff fluffs up. We want a half cup of citric acid. Let's see if we have enough in here. If not, I have another thing of citric acid. This might be enough, just enough actually. No, I might have just the right amount here. Oh, excellent. I had just enough in there. There's our half cup of citric acid. We want a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. This is the one I used this for citric acid. I'm not too worried. I'm not using this cornstarch for cooking, so it's fine if a little bit of citric acid gets into it. I was just getting used for bath bombs, so. Ugh, come on. Ooh, well. Okay. There's our 1/4 cup of cornstarch. There's a little bit left in there. Not very much. I got more cornstarch recently. Well, my brother got more cornstarch for me recently. And then we're going to add our last dry ingredient. It's going to be about a teaspoon of SLSA powder. We did use a little bit of this earlier, if you've been here from the beginning. This is like a foaming agent. I'm just estimating I don't know, actually, probably enough. We'll add a little tiny bit more. It really doesn't take very much. It's a, I don't know, it's very powdery, and I shouldn't be breathing it in. And it makes my lungs hurt. But, I don't know if it's pronounced surfactant, but it's a foaming agent, at the very least. And it slows down the foaming process. So it will foam slower when we get it into the water. I'm realizing that I used both of my whisks. It's okay. It's pretty much the same. It just has some scent on it. I just wipe it off. It's gonna be so little scent. It's not gonna matter. Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, that's fine. So there's all of our dry ingredients. And then let's do our wet ingredients. So we're not doing any fragrance. So let's add some extra oil. Since the fragrance is actually part of the liquid. So we'll add a little bit of extra oil. We could add a little bit of extra polysorbate 80 if we want to. But let's see, we normally add about 8 milliliters of fragrance, so let's maybe do 8 milliliters of canola. I'd usually add like 2 milliliters of canola. I'm gonna go down so we can talk. In many ways this is like baking, only without the cooking part. Yeah, I feel like this is much looser than baking is. Like, we can kind of make things up as we go a little bit with this, and it's not gonna be too big of a deal. I feel like baking's a lot more exact than this is. Get up to just 2.5. We're using a lot of the same ingredients, to be fair. Polysorbate 80 is used in cooking. I think. I don't know if that stuff's food grade or whatever. I'm using canola oil here. Alright, that's 5. Yeah, well, we'll do like, let's see, we'll do 8 milliliters of canola, and we'll do like 2 more of the polysorbate 80 than we normally would. I think that'll slow it down a little bit as well. Five, 6, 7. I don't know how this will change things either, because I haven't actually tried this as a recipe, because I always use fragrances. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's all of our canola oil. If I try to add more canola oil, yell at me. Because I should not add more canola oil. Let's see here. That's that. Polysorbate 80. Our weird thicky goo we're going to add. And I said we'll add like another 2 milliliters. So normally we add like 4 milliliters, so we're going to add like 6 this time around. Oops. Well, it's a good thing I don't need that anymore. That was the pipette for the oil. Ah. Oh my gosh. Go over there. Okay. Alright, so we'll do, like I said, about 6. So. It's so thick. There's 2. Let's do another 2. It is fun though, like in a similar way, probably to like baking. It's I've made soap before. I need to make more soap actually. I have a few people IRL that are like, "Can you make me some more soap, please?" And I'm like, "Yeah." But it reminds me a lot of soap making too, where to be fair, that is a more exact process, the cold process soap, because you need to make sure that you have the right amount of things so that you're not just having lye. 2, 4, 6. All right, there's our 6. But one of the fun things about making soap too, like this, is that you can kind of add different things to it. At least with cold process soap, you can kind of add whatever you want almost. You can do like a bunch of different combinations of oils, and they will affect the soap in different ways. Like some of them make the bar soap harder, some of them make them feel, smoother, some of them add more lather. It's all sorts of different things, and it's kind of fun to build a recipe. Second, that's plus 180. Water, time for water. 5 milliliters of water. So it does remind me of that a little bit, where it's like you can kind of mess around with things a bit, and things will work. It said 5, right? Yeah, 5 milliliters of water. Yeah. All right, one more milliliter. There we go. There's our 5 milliliters of water, and the water apparently is important. Like I said, I'm kind of going off of a recipe that I got from elsewhere. Oil. Okay. All right. That should be everything. So I just want to. Here. Look at that. Look at that gloop. Oh, can you see it? Wait. Can you see how gloopy it is? See the gloop? That's the polysorbate 80. It does weird things with the oils and the waters and stuff. It kind of works out though, because it's very thick. It's very thick. Apparently, if I add more oil, then ooh, weird. It's kind of cool, honestly. Woo! It's not a bad thing. It means that it's gonna react less with the stuff in there. Let me grab my gloves. And we really don't want it to react with the stuff in here. Back up you go. I am glad that I got a laptop for streaming. It means that we can do stuff like this. We don't have to just stay over at the resin setup. Oh my gosh, get out of there. You're supposed to mix in. It's kind of fun that we can move around and do different things. Okay. Let me scoop this over. We're going to pour some of our liquid and our gloop in here. It's very gloopy. We don't want it to foam up. We want to add it slowly so it doesn't foam. That's kind of fun. It's very gloopy. I do want to make sure that I get all of it out of here though. And I'm going to stick my hand in here anyways. Might as well do that. Alright. Maybe I will stream when I get to oh, don't like the texture of the dry. But maybe there's a whole cloud of fluff. This feels drier than usual. I said that for the last two though. Maybe I'll try and stream when I do end up making soap. Yeah, this feels too dry actually. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. See if it starts to wetten up. Maybe there's just clumps of goop places. Next week though, we're going to be doing more of the supermarket video game with our normal gaming group. That'll be over on my other channel. So that should be fun. Not sure about the week after that. I need to look and see. I might have something going on. Can't remember. Oh yeah, I know it's starting to stick together. Might still be a little bit dry, but it almost starts to feel heavier, I feel like as it starts to stick. As it starts to kind of stick to itself, it feels like the stuff gets heavier, the powder does. There's more weight to it. Alright, yeah, it's working. It's weird. It's weird how much drier it feels when you first start mixing it up. Because it felt very dry. I'm thinking that I'm going to want to do these over a plate still. I might grab the plates that we used for the other things. Instead of doing it over the bowl, because I don't know how much of the color might come out, like might squish out the sides. I'm hoping that it doesn't. I'm hoping that the cores, you know, keep their shape and end up in the middle of the, yeah, that'll work. That's solid. I'm hoping that they'll keep their shape and end up in the middle of the, okay, I think we're good, of the bath bomb, but if they don't, I would rather not end up with random little bits of color inside of the that's the floral one. That's the fruity one. Okay. Let me wipe these off real quick over the trash can. I'll be right back. Alright, let's give this a shot. We'll start with the floral ones. See how it goes. We'll move you back down because I'm gonna sit back down again. So I've got big bath bomb molds. So we're gonna try putting our little ones inside of our big ones. We'll see how well it goes. I'm sure the first few I do of these are not gonna be super pretty. I'm gonna loosely pack that. And I'm going to try putting this in like the middle and squish it down in there. That might work actually if I just kind of like loosely put it in there. Like do that maybe. Don't pack it down too hard. Just go like that and then squish them together. I'm gonna very sorry if I wiggle you guys around with this. I'm trying to. I think that'll work. Got a nice. Yeah. Awesome. All right, let me set this over here with the rose and lavender label, because that's what this one is. That's gonna work just fine. And there's no. All right, sweet. Let's get all of these made. All right. Excellent. All right, so nice scoop of that. Not packing it down too hard. Let's squish this in there. Get another nice fluffy scoop. Hey. Oh. Alright, and then we're gonna just squish them together. This could be really fun for other future bath bombs too. Doing like the inside a different color from the outside. Could have a fun like surprise center. I could do like rainbow ones and things like that. Yay! I'm quite happy with how these are turning out. Hopefully I have enough stuff over here. I might not actually. might need to make another batch. Maybe should have done a double batch, but honestly, it's probably better to just do a single batch at a time so it doesn't dry out as we're going. These are already like pretty hard. Like I said, it's pretty dry where I live. I think they're just starting to like dry already. Alright, nice amount of white. Again, I'm gonna squish. I'm sure I'll get better at getting like the nice perfect like sides and things too as I make more bath bombs. This is still pretty early on in my my bath bomb making career. It's not a career. Journey. Journey seems like a better word. Oh, I suppose I don't know if I've really mentioned. I mentioned it on, well, obviously I mentioned it on my Patreon. I need to go check my Patreon actually and see if anyone wanted anything. But I'm going to have a few new things in the shop next week too. That's the plan anyways. Just a couple of sets of dice. It's not a ton, but I do have plans for a couple new things. I don't have enough, actually, for 5. These are working really well at hiding the colors on the inside, though. I am excited about that. I am going to, of course, test one of these, too. And I will videotape it, just so I have, you know, when I put things online, I can have video footage of it and can show them off. So you can kind of get an idea of what the experience is like. I figure I'll put some of them online. Might as well. Wouldn't hurt anything. Even if I am mostly making them for a, you know, a thing coming up. Doesn't hurt to have them online. Yeah, I might not have enough. I'm gonna have to make a second batch here. Yeah, this isn't gonna be enough. Second batch might not be quite enough either, but that's okay. I can leave the cores, some of the cores for like the next time I do this, because I do want to make more as well. But I need to get the other dice ready. But I'm thinking, should we make? Yeah, we'll make a second batch today. I suppose I might as well just make a second batch into here. It's not gonna hurt anything if there's already stuff in here. Doesn't mean I'm going to need to pull out my new thing of cornstarch and, what's the word I'm looking for? Cornstarch and citric acid. So I have new ones. We'll see how they go, but let's make another batch. All right. 1 cup baking soda. So 2 of these. I'm going to need to get more baking soda actually too. Actually, do I have enough baking soda here? Uh-oh. I'm hoping I have enough baking soda in this container. Ooh. I might need to go run and steal some from the kitchen. Just a second here. I'm gonna go see if I can steal some baking soda from my brother. Give me half a second here. I think I have a BRB. Yeah, here we go. I'll be right back. I need to go find a tiny bit more baking soda. I got more cornstarch. Did not get more baking soda. Be right back. baking soda. I'm back. I'm back. There we go. I'm back. Luckily, my brother keeps a well-stocked pantry. There we go. I don't like... Yeah. There we go. Alright. Alright. There we go. There's our 1 cup of baking soda. Need a 1/2 cup of citric acid. I haven't even opened the citric acid. That did not open very well. Oh boy. Oh, it's inside of a bag inside of here. Excellent. That's good because there was a hole in the bag. That's why it's in the outside bag at least. Interesting. Let's just put that into this bag. Luckily, I have scissors here. Actually, this works out because I can just cut the corner and use it as a spout. Alright, so we need a 1/2 cup of acid. Woo. Again, not an exact science, should be okay. This is a different citric acid than what I was using before, though, so hopefully it works exactly the same. I'd hope that citric acid is citric acid, but you never know. I'd probably also mark what this is. I will grab a Sharpie after this. Alright, there's our 1/2 cup of citric acid. We need 1/4 cup of cornstarch. We use our last little bit of this. And then I need to open a new thing of cornstarch too. I'll add this to my pile of empty containers over here. Alright. I do have a new thing of cornstarch. Same deal. We'll tear off a corner. See if we can pour it. Maybe I will cut off a corner. There we go. Oops, that's more than I need. Well, how am I going to do this? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it in the other cornstarch container. I like this container better. There's our 1/4 cup of cornstarch. I might put the rest of this in that container. So let's just do that now. Might as well. I hate the texture of cornstarch. The color powders, the pink and the blue and the yellow that you're using to color everything, those are just cornstarch with the dye added to them, basically. We bloomed the dyes, which is where you like add them to water to actually like pull the color out of them. And then we went and kind of mixed that with cornstarch to kind of bind the color to something solid. And mix that up, and I couldn't do it. My brother ended up coming and doing it for me, which I was very thankful for, because anytime I tried to touch the cornstarch, I'm like, oh, I hate it so much. I don't like the texture of my cornstarch. Alright. This piece of plastic. Alright. We want to add That's all of our things except for our SLSA, which I should not breathe in, but I'm probably going to end up anyways. So, last time I added a good, like, heaping spoonful of that. And a little tiny bit. Perfect. Where did I have this? Alright, cup of tea. That's all of our dry ingredients. Let me grab our alright. Let's use the same little cup that we used for the other one. Alright. And we'll do the same thing. We'll do the same thing as before. So we did oh no, I do need a grab. I need more. We did 8 milliliters of oil. Alright, yeah, 8 milliliters of oil. 2 4 6 8. Okay, there's the oil. And then I think I did 4 of the polysorbate 80. Yeah, because I normally do 4. So did I do 6? I did 6 of the polysorbate 80, I think. Did I do 4? Did I do 6, guys? Do you guys remember? Did I do 4 or 6 milliliters of the polysorbate 80? I think I meant to do 6. So if I didn't, that's what we're doing this time, I guess. But yeah. 2. Four. And we'll get to 6. This will also probably slow down the foam, like the reaction a little bit of the acid and the base, you know, fizzing, which will be fine for the little outside bit. I mean, it is a bit of a balancing act, right? Because you want it to be slowed down a little bit so that your bath bomb lasts longer, but you don't want it to be slowed down so much that it's boring. And that's part of the reason that we didn't add any of the like SLSA to the inside bit, is because that once it gets there, it's going to foam a lot faster. It should have like a cool kind of look to it. We need water. Milliliters of water. Oh my gosh, I can't reach the water. Oh no, I lost my pipette. My pipette is in my water. I have a clean pipette. Nope, that's not a clean one. That was from Ascent. Let me add another, like half. There we go. There's our 5. My pipette. Luckily, I'm almost out of this water anyways, and I only use it for like soap and bath bombs. Alright, is that everything? Yep, I think that's everything. Mix it up, we can see our gloopiness again. Once again, it is very gloopy. Especially if I mix it up here. It's just kind of cool. Look at that. Look at that snot. But let me put my gloves back on. And we'll mix up more of this. And this is the last batch that I'm going to do. It's not going to get all of the bath bombs, but it's not going to get all of the bath bombs made, but that's fine. We're just going to do as many as we can with, you know, with what we've got here. Because I'm going to be making more later anyways, so I might as well, you know, not make, I'll be making more. I can make more of the things all together. That sentence did not words. Instead of making a partial batch now, I'll just make a full batch of the white part later. Actually, you know what? I was thinking of making some of the bath bombs black. Should I leave? Here's a question here. What do you guys think? Should I leave the last rose and lavender core to put inside of a black bath bomb and then do like half of the other ones as well so that there's like a few of each scent? Or should I just do all of them in white? Because we could color this black if we wanted to. Or gray, really. So I don't know. Should we? Which way should we go? Maybe I'll just do them all white. I think I'm overcomplicating it with when I make some of them black. Let's just make all of them white. And if I decide that I want some of them black later, I'll do the other scents in with black instead of, you know, doing a mix. I think that sounds like a good plan. So we'll just get all this mixed up and we'll make as many of these as we can. This feels maybe a little bit more grainy than than did with the other citric acid. I don't know. Maybe a little bit. I'm trying to compare. It's pretty much the same. It still feels very fluffy. This stuff is sticking to itself and it's feels heavy. Oh, but yeah, the water in here is good because it allows for it's going to evaporate out as the bath bombs dry. Like the bath bomb's going to dry, the water's going to evaporate out, and that's going to help everything kind of hold together more. It makes it a nice solid bath bomb. All right, there we go. We got more of that. Let's do our last rose and lavender one. We've got our core. Nice. Let me scoot everything over a little bit so you guys can see. I'm not packing it down. I'm just grabbing a nice, large heaping pile of the fluffy white. That's probably more than I need. I'm still figuring that out, just how much stuff I need to put in. Because, like, you can see that's very far apart. I don't know if there's a good way to, like, get more squished out. I guess that's just how it's gonna be, because that's as much as I can squish it. Alright, that's the last one of our rose and lavender ones. I am kind of excited. I'm gonna test one of these at some point, just to make sure that the idea works. I'm gonna grab the other plate, just so if there is a little bit of scent and stuff, it'll match up. Alright. We're moving on to our peach and lime. I went and got kind of like a little, you know, I was looking for more essential oils, because I have a bunch of fragrance oils, but needed to make some stuff with fragrance oils instead, or with essential oils instead. So I went looking for like fruit scents, because I had some floral scents, I had a bunch of kind of herbally ones. Like I've got like tea tree and lemongrass and stuff that I'm not a huge fan of, but I've got them. Still figuring out how to use those, what I want to use them with or anything. But I was like, I need something that adds like a little bit of sweetness, and is not vanilla. I do also have vanilla. Vanilla smells great. The problem with vanilla is that anything that has vanilla in it, so fragrance oils that have any sort of vanilla content in them, they will discolor over time. And like soap and bath bombs, they'll turn brown after a while. There is things that you can do to help prevent that. There is vanilla color stabilizer, which I do have some. I plan on making some. We figured out like a really nice, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Creamsicle scent. This vanilla and orange and cedarwood, actually. Just a little bit of cedarwood. It adds a nice kind of rich note to it. And that obviously has vanilla in it, so I have some ideas, and I'm going to use some vanilla color stabilizer and color some things orange or brown or whatever anyways. There you go. Add a little bit more. That wasn't quite enough in there. There we go. That's looking better. Peach and lime. But no, I went looking for some fruit scents, and I found like a little kit of a bunch of different fruit essential oils, which I thought was nice. Alright. So I need to experiment with them a little bit more. We did a little bit earlier today, my brother and I, trying out some of the fruit scents with other things. That's how we ended up with the peach and the lime. That was two of the scents from that kit. Or from the kind of like scent, the test, I don't know what you call it. Tester kit almost. Do we have enough for one more? Might have enough for one more. Close. We'll see. Let's see if we have enough. We might have just enough, or we might not have quite enough. We'll try it. I don't know if this one's gonna have. I don't think that one's gonna have enough, but we'll see. It'll be close. Yeah, that's not quite enough. That comes apart way, yeah, see, it comes apart way too easy. No! Lisa, I just need a little bit more of the white. Little tiny bit more. It's so close. We just like... We'll just kind of steal a little bit off the sides here. It's not gonna be enough, but I can dream. Yeah. So maybe I will, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave this core out for now. We'll worry about it later. I think that one hadn't been packed very well. And we'll do, let's mix this with a little bit of some sort of scent. Just a little bit. We'll make like a medium-sized bath bomb for, for me to use later. Actually, you know what we should try? I'm going to try putting a little bit of vanilla in here. And let's see, we'll see how it discolors. That seems like a good plan. I've got a little bit of vanilla scent. We're just going to add a little bit. Add a couple of little... Alright, that should be plenty. We're going to add a little bit of vanilla. And we're going to mix it up and put it into a little bath bomb. And we're going to see what happens to it. I think that seems like a good plan. Smells like vanilla. I don't know if this fit in a medium one. This might fit in I think this might be a small. Let's see. You know what we could do? Well, let's see first of all if we have enough for a second small one. Might not actually. Would this fit in this? Yeah, this is gonna be enough for a small one. But yeah, let's see what happens to our white bath bomb stuff once. I don't know. I'll check it tomorrow. See if it's still white. Compare it to our other ones. I just want to see how much the vanilla, what the vanilla does. Smells pretty good. Like when we were coming up with scent blends and things, we kept going, ooh, the vanilla smells so nice. We should use some of that. It's like, wait, no, we should not use vanilla for everything, especially if it's going to discolor. But I am curious, like, kind of what color it discolors to, and like how dark it gets, like what, yeah, I don't know. How much does it discolor? What does it discolor to? Because, like, if I know how it discolors, then at least then I will have an idea of what I could use it in. Here's the other thing I'm thinking that we might try. So here's our vanilla one. Set it over here with these. I do have a thing called vanilla color stabilizer. I'm just gonna take these off. These are just for me. So let's try adding a little bit of this as well. We're gonna try adding a little bit of vanilla color stabilizer to this. Now we're just doing science. And let's try mixing that up. We might want, I might want the gloves. At least one of the gloves. Oh. There was so much bath bomb mix on here, it just went everywhere. But I'm just going to mix this up with the vanilla color stabilizer as well. Probably added more than I needed to. That's okay. Because I want to see if this actually stabilizes the color. And in what way. So let's get that mixed up. I'm figuring I'll put it into, half one of the little ones. We'll make a little, honestly it'll be better because then I'll be able to know which one's the vanilla and which one's the one with the vanilla color stabilizer. I just want to make sure that it's all mixed up in completely. Alright. Our last little bit of mix. It feels like a very wet mix. Let's just throw all that in there. All right, this is pretty much it for today. If you guys are interested, I will keep you updated on my vanilla experiments here. And I will be making more, more of these things later on. If you have an idea for maybe like a scent combination, I am working with essential oils. So if you have ideas for, essential oil combinations that I should use, feel free to send them my way. Would love your ideas. But yeah, these will be Mystery D6 bath bombs sometime soon. Gonna let these dry, gonna make some more. Should be good. Next week I'm gonna be playing a game with some friends over on my other channel. I will post a link to that in the Discord, of course. Feel free to come hang out for that. I'm not sure what I'm doing the week after. I can't remember if I have something going on or if we'll be back to arts and crafts stuff. But at some point here, we'll get back to dice things. I guess it's tangentially related. But that's gonna pretty much do it for today. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys hopefully next week.